So I want to speak on shadow work and how vital it is for you to partake in integrating the shadow and doing shadow work. Because the spiritual journey means nothing if you do not partake in shadow work or integrating the shadow. You can wear all the crystals you want, you can do all the mantras, you can do all the affirmations, you can do all that spiritual hippy dippy shit. But if you are not integrating the shadow, if you are not doing shadow work and healing the shadow, then your spiritual process means nothing. Seriously. And eventually I'm going to stop wearing crystals because I've reached a certain level of being where I no longer need that. I just need to be in nature around animals or around good hearted people, uh, good aura, good, very good auras. Um, but let's talk about what shadow work is. Shadow work itself is taking all of your deep rooted emotions and traumas and bringing them to the surface and healing. So it's kind of like going through the depths of your soul or of yourself. It's like self exploration, and you're walking through this dark aspect of who you are, and you're healing the things that you have just swept under the rug, whether it be your insecurities, your traumas, your hurt, your all of those things. The things you don't like about yourself, the things that you find scary about yourself, the things that are very dark and deep about yourself that you don't talk to anybody about or even bring up to yourself because you may be afraid. And this is why some people don't meditate, because they're afraid of that darkness. They're afraid of their own darkness. They're afraid of their own demons. And let me tell you this, from a person that was sent, well, I don't even like saying sent to earth. It's just my energy. My energy is present to where it needs to be. But from a person that takes or helps ascend souls from the underworld, if you do not nurture your dark side, then you will self sabotage. A lot of people like to run from their own demons. A lot of people like to disregard their own demons. But when you do that, you leave no room for you to gain power. You leave no room for you to heal. You leave no room for you to get to know how powerful you are. Because especially when you're embarking on this spiritual journey and you just trying to achieve love and light, it, it ain't no power in that. And this is why a lot of villains are powerful, because they've kind of dealt or became friends with their own demons. And that's where the power lies. And I'm not saying that's good power, but it can be if you harness it that way. And this is exactly why I have my face tattoos. I got my face tattoos. This is uh 11 stands for my demon or my dark side, because I don't just have one, I have multiple. So I got my demon tatted on my face, and I only see my face when I go in the mirror. So I'm facing myself, I'm facing my demon. Every time I go in the mirror, every time I see myself, I'm facing myself. It's me versus me. It's not me versus the world or anybody else. It's me versus me always. I'm always in competition with myself. And the more you evolve and the more you integrate your shadow and heal, and the more powerful you become, the more powerful your demons become, and the more powerful your shadow side becomes. So the more you evolve, the more your shadow self is going to evolve as well. So you're always going to have new demons. You're always going to have new things that are trying to bring you down spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of it. So you constantly have to have, it's a constant battle between you versus you. It's a constant battle between, are you going to give in to the darkness? And giving into the darkness, it could be either good or bad, but are you either going to give into the darkness, or are you going to learn your demons? You're going to learn your dark side. You're going to learn the things that you're going to learn that the dark aspect of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you have to choose. So what shadow work is bringing up those deep, deep, deep rooted trauma emotions and healing them. If that takes writing it down, then do it. Write it down. Write it all out. The things you don't like about yourself, the insecurities, your hurt, your traumas, the things you don't tell anybody, the things that you don't even tell yourself. You know what I'm saying? You know it, but you don't talk about it to yourself. Write it down. That's what shadow work is. And shadow work is not something you do for a year and then you just stop. Shadow work is something you do forever because you're going to forever evolve, and so will your shadow. So like I said, hopefully this thing is still recording. It is. So like I said, the spiritual journey means nothing if you do not integrate the shadow. The spiritual journey means nothing if you do not do shadow work, if you do not heal your shadow side. Again, this is why a lot of people are subconsciously afraid of the dark, because they're afraid of their own demons. They're afraid of going within themselves, within those depths. Everybody want to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to experience light, but don't nobody want to walk through the darkness to get to that light at the end of the tunnel, or however you want to describe it. Don't nobody want to do that because it hurts. It's like a cocoon process with a butterfly. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. But after you do it, you are able to fly. Create a sense of peace within your three homes: your mind, your vessel, and earth. Your mind,